Hi, I'm Debbie Homer-Hofhines, and I'm here with DJ Anderson, who happens to be the director of Floriani Software and Designs. It's so good to have you here again.
It's wonderful to be back with you.
Oh, it's fun to do these with you, DJ. I thought it would be fun to take and show all these cool things that you have been an awesome instrument on it getting to happen in our software.
Okay.
So I've chose to use this floral tapestry design because I think this is so beautiful. It's one of our gorgeous collections.
I love that.
It is beautiful.
That collection.
But you've come up with this awesome thing to put in this software. Of course, the design is just a simple flower.
Okay.
Now, that flower all by itself on this pillow would have been pretty boring. Okay? So you're going to show in the software how to create this awesome design. Now, I will tell you right now, the one thing I would have done differently, DJ, is I put an H in the center of this. I should have done it a different color because you can't see it.
I think it looks great.
Well,
so picky. Your work always looks so beautiful.
well, thank you. But it would have stood out and looked prettier if I would have used a color to make it stand out more on black.
Okay.
So, DJ, take and show us in this software how we can take this one little flower and turn it into this awesome design.
All right, we can do that. Well, shouldn't be too difficult. Love our new feature. Makes it so simple to do that, and that's our corners repeat tool.
Okay.
And so it'll easily be able to take that one design and put it into 4 corners. So let's go ahead and
it was really easy because I am not the software guru at all. So if he says it's easy, and if I can do it, it's easy.
Oh, you do wonderful in the software.
I'm learning.
See here. So we're going to open up this design. Let's go ahead and find it. I think this is the one right here.
It is.
I'm going to click open. So the first thing I'm going to do is just bring it into the screen, just the one design. And like I said, it's a really simple tool. So really all you have to do is make sure you select the design, and then you just click one icon and you're right into the repeat corner. So the easiest way to select everything in your design is just to come over here to your sequence view and just left mouse click where it says all items. When you do that, it automatically selects everything in the design.
And can I just say that you taught me that just a couple weeks ago because I was always going over to the arrow, the select key, drawing the box around it. And you said, Debbie, just do all items. And all I have to do is click on that. How much faster is that?
Yeah.
So I just learned that from you.
Well, good. There's lots of little tricks like that you can do in the software. Okay, so up here on the top, we have this icon that says corners repeat. I'm just going to left mouse click on that now that I have the design selected. When I do that, it's going to bring up this dialog box, and you can see that already, that one design, you now see 4 of them.
Now, you couldn't do this with every design, could you?
No, you couldn't. You really, you want to find a design that works well, that you could see that you could rotate and put into corners, because there is a lot that you can do with this feature. Do you want me to just kind of show some of the little things, even though this is ready to go with how you set it up for your pillow?
But there's some other fun things you can do in this.
There are. You have distance right here, horizontal distance. If I just left mouse click and increase that and press apply, you will see that I can change the distance between objects. You can see it moving on the screen right now as I'm just left mouse clicking. So you do have those options. And another thing that I really like is this angle.
This is the fun part.
So you can really get in there and fine tune and get it to look exactly how you want. So you can just what I recommend is just going into that feature and just playing. Just click on those little arrows, because as you do that, you're going to find that that design and those corners are going to look totally different. It's a lot of fun. We didn't even need to do that in this design. I'm going to put this back to where we had it. I think we had it all at zeros here. I'm going to hit apply. But the other thing I want to point out right now is that there's a checkbox here that's called auto resequence by color. And this is a very important thing because we don't like to change our thread colors all the time when we're doing our designs. So if we can do all the green at one time and then do all the purple at one time and the yellow at one time, we definitely want to do that. And so what we did is we made sure that in this that we had the auto resequence by color option, and by default it's already checked, so you don't need to worry about, you know, if you remembered or not to look for that. It's automatically going to do that, and I'll show you what that means.
That is a wonderful feature.
Yes, it is, and all I'm going to do is now just hit OK, and you'll see that when I do that, it's going to bring it up in the software, and you're going to see that this design is basically ready to go.
Now see, that's amazing to me, because we started with one little flower, and now we have this incredible design that we took with just one flower.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just so fun.
Yeah, and you know, and the other thing that I love about it, doing it like this, is now I can go into my print preview and I can print out a sheet that shows crosshairs. So if you like to utilize template tearaway, things like that, to make sure you line everything up correctly, that's what I recommend. That's what I always do, because
I do too.
If I don't use it, the template tearaway, it's always kind of off just a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's go to our print preview here. It's just this little icon right here at the top left, and I'm going to left mouse click on it. And you're going to see that right now it's showing, because this design is kind of big, so it's showing half the screen right now, or half the design, and there's the other side. If it was smaller, it would be able to fit into one page like that. But the thing that's really neat is, going back to what we said before about the auto resequence by color, is that if I go to this next page here, you're going to see that it's going to do all of the yellow, the green, the pinks, the purple.
So it's not going to stitch one and then we'll have to go to the other
and
change the colors 4 times just for each flower. It will do all of them.
Exactly.
That's
so
wonderful.
Here's another thing. You said that with that text that you wish that you would have used a different color.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and let's
that.
close that, because
you know, it amazes me too, DJ, that a lot of people don't take advantage of this print screen. They don't even realize that it's there. Those crosshairs are so important to be able to center your design, and it's awesome to be able to print that sheet out with all your colors to pull all those threads. So now you have a printout of your colors. You can actually go and take that sheet with you and pull all the colors needed to stitch out that design. So that print feature is a wonderful feature to use.
It is, and I also, with you know, Floriani Total Control U, I love the lettering in this system. It's very powerful. It's the best lettering that you can get in any system, and it's very simple to use. So we're just going to go up to our text tool here. I'm going to left mouse click on it, and I'm just going to click on my screen here. It's going to bring up and say my text on it. All I'm going to do is come over here and highlight that in my text box and just put in the letter H, I think is what you used.
Yes, that's what I have.
And one of the tricks that, I don't know, you probably know this, but one of the easiest ways to find a font that you want is simply to come over here under the drop down. I'm going to left mouse click once and it's going to drop down, and you can see a preview as you do this.
And this is wonderful because you don't have to click and open up each one to be able to see it.
But then there's even a faster way, so you don't have to scroll. If I click one more time, you can see it's highlighted. You can still see the preview of the ABC, but I'm just going to hit my down arrow on my keyboard, and I can just scroll through them until I find the one that I want to use. And so once you do find the one that you want, you just
and that's the hard part, because there's so many beautiful fonts in here. It's hard to choose.
It is, and you know, finding that right one that works the best, you know, it's all personal preference.
Very true.
But it's really simple to do, and once you have it, you can then put it into place, and you're ready to save it.
How would you change the color in this, since I wish that I would have had a different color that actually stood out?
Well, one of the things that I do is I always like to use, like in this case, I would use a color from the design, because I don't want to add a whole nother color to it.
I agree.
You know, because then that's just one more thread to use. And so what you can do is I come over here and I just kind of right click and I collapse all of these so that they all get brought up here. And I just look for it. And so, you know, if you were going to do this in a different color, what color from this would you use?
You know, I probably would have maybe used this yellow because it would have stood out more.
Okay.
Or even the lighter green.
So if I come over here and I come to the yellow, you can see the Floriani 522 straw.
Okay.
So once I know what color I want, I can just come down here and I can find my letter H in the design, which it's down inside of this one, I believe. It's the last one.
Okay, so tell us how you just found that.
Well, I knew it was the last thing I added.
Okay.
So I knew it was going to be at the very last object in the design. So I just went to the last color.
And you opened up all the stitch path on that then?
Yes.
Because it didn't show up as the letter H.
Nope. You can see, but you can see in here a little bit, you have the letter H there. So I'm going to hit this plus symbol, and I'm going to drag it down, and you can see that it does say text next to it.
But that's something good to know, because otherwise you're thinking you have to change and you couldn't find it. So by scrolling and opening that up. Okay, wonderful.
So once I select it, I just come over here to my find button. I'm just going to left mouse click, and I'm just going to type in 522 because that was the color we said that we needed.
Right.
I'm going to hit find. And what it's going to do is it's going to go find that color, and all I have to do is left mouse click on it.
How easy is that?
Really simple to do. So now you can go in if you want to make another pillow, and you can change the color of that. And
but you want an A in it, right?
I would, yes. Well, you should do that in your next one.
I was just thinking the same thing.
My couch is green, so I think this would work really good with it.
Okay, cool. But we do need an A.
Yes, we do need an A.
Okay.
Yes, and please make it a little masculine. You know.
Okay, not too femmy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because this is so masculine, anyways, right?
Oh, so. Definitely. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know, isn't it? It's just so easy. Isn't it amazing though how many people are so afraid of the software and afraid to try these kinds of things, and yet it's just so simple to do.
It is, and you know, so after you get it ready in the software, obviously we have to get it put onto the pillow. So do you have any techniques that you want to recommend that they do when they do this pillow? Maybe
you should show first though how I'm going to get it from here to my machine.
That's very simple. Okay, so every machine uses, you know, has their own format, and most of them do work off of jump drives now. So, you know, what you'll want to do is you'll want to get your jump drive that you use
one
to
of these
take
little
designs.
guys, a USB stick.
Yep, and you'll just want to plug it into your computer, and it's really simple from that point. All you have to do inside of the software is go up to File and Save As. And when you do that, you need to find your jump drive listed in your Save In section. And you just come down to the bottom. Once you have that selected, you choose the format. Like in your case, I know you use the Brother machine.
Most of the time.
I know you only have like 10 machines.
Just a few.
But I saw you do this one on the Brother. So we'll assume you're using the Brother one on this. So I'm just going to go, and I know you have a new one, so I'll choose the PES version 9. And then all you have to do is hit save, and you know, as long as you've selected your jump drive, then you're ready to take that jump drive out, take it to your machine, plug it in, and get going.
It's really simple.
Yes.
All right. So I think we should talk about the product that we used on this, because I do think that's really important, and how we prep our fabric. This is actually on a beautiful silk dupioni. So it's a nice silk. I think it's gorgeous. And I want to be sure that you always understand to prep your fabric first. And do you know that? Have I taught you that?
Yes, you have.
Okay. And what are we going to prep it with, DJ?
Well, I see that we have Dreamweave Ultra here. We have Quilted Soft Polyester. All Dreamweave Ultra.
That's exactly right. Dreamweave Ultra, and the biggest thing about Dreamweave Ultra is to understand that it is a prep tool. It is not a stabilizer. So we are going to prep our whole block with this. This happens to be one of my very favorite products. I sell everybody this because it really makes a difference in your embroidery night and day, truly. This enhances the thread count of your fabric. It gives it a great base, a great foundation to put all these multiple stitches on, because remember, that needle is just going to puncture and beat the holy tarnation out of it. So we want to support it and take good care of it before we ever start.
And doesn't it help keep it from fraying or spreading
It does.
on silk as well?
Very good point. It's called shearing. A lot of times when the needle goes through on your delicate fabrics, what happens is it will like make a run. It looks like a run. It's called shearing, and it will alleviate that also. Plus it also makes it nice because it doesn't fray around the edges, and silk is horrible for all those fray threads, and threads drive me crazy, as you well know. And so it makes it nice and clean. The other wonderful thing is it gives it beautiful drape and beautiful body, but it doesn't add any bulk to it. Now it's fusible. It's fusible on one side. You're going to fuse your whole entire piece of your pillow.
So not just where the design goes,
No.
the whole...
The whole block, or the whole front of my pillow. But DJ, I don't just do the front of my pillow. I also do the back, because I have found that the zipper and everything lays so much nicer if I just put Dreamweave on the whole thing. It's much more prettier. And I am a fanatic about making sure it looks not homemade. Okay?
Yes. I know everything you do looks so professional.
Well,
Looks better than what I see in the store most of the time.
Thank you. All right, so we've got our Dreamweave Ultra all prepped on there. Now, if you'll look at this, it says there is, I believe, it's close to 50,000 stitches.
49,854 stitches.
And you know, a lot of people never look at that stitch count.
Yeah, and it's very simple in the software. It's just listed right up at the very top. If you can see my mouse here, kind of circling a little bit, 49,854.
So that tells us how many stitches is in this design.
Yes.
We've got to have some kind of stabilizer in here. And so one of the things that I like to do on all my pillows is I love to fuse on our Home Deck single-sided fusible. Now what that does by fusing that over the top of the Dreamweave on my pillow is it makes my pillows so that it stands up nice. I don't have that drooping and sagging. It keeps the front of the pillow always formed. But again, it's giving it another great foundation for the embroidery to go on. All right. So what I did, because of the stitch count on this, I did float 2 layers of our medium tearaway underneath this. Now I didn't hoop this because I only had this little tiny piece of fabric left from after all I had created on these other projects. So I had to put Perfect Stick in the hoop.
Okay.
So I used Perfect Stick, what happens to be our tearaway sticky. So I actually scored it and peeled the paper all off. And actually, you know what? I have some right here.
Oh, okay.
So this is Perfect Stick. Now, I went and actually marked this, DJ, with my heat friction pen. I wouldn't recommend using an ink pen on this because it could bleed off onto your fabric. If you had light fabric, that may not be so good. All right. By marking this, this tells me where the center of my hoop and the center of my design is, because this is not exactly the same on both sides.
Yeah.
All right, now that I have this marked, of course, I would mark my fabric on the back with my Dreamweave Ultra and my single-sided fusible fleece on the same exact way. Okay. Now, I did something a little different on this one because I wanted to have a little poofiness on this, because after doing our Trapunto video,
which was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and I found that our quilted soft polyester gave it such beautiful loft. I took and cut 2 pieces the size of my pillow top and actually put it right over the top of my Perfect Stick, then laid my pillow top on top of that, and put my topping on and basted all my layers together and embroidered through all of that. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see on the video or not, but you can see, I think, DJ, and it just gave it that beautiful loft.
It did.
It's stitched out absolutely gorgeous.
It looks beautiful,
It's
as always.
Well, thank you. It's
Always
fun.
do the best work.
Well, it's fun because we have such incredible software and incredible products to be able to do this.
Yeah, it's really neat how everything is really coming together nicely with software, these projects, and being able to show just how easy it is to do simple things inside the software and apply it to a project and get perfect results.
That's right. And just like you said, I did print off my colors so that I could pull them all, because I did this on my 10 needle.
Okay.
And I did print off my template so that
You
I
have
could see my
every
crosshairs.
machine. I'm so jealous. I don't have like anything. She has this 10 needle and all these single head machines, and
Well, I work too.
yeah, you do.
Well, this has been fun. We hope we've given you some more ideas that you can use in the software, and of course, the wonderful Floriani products to use also. One other thing before we go is don't forget our chrome needles, because our chrome needles do make a world of difference also.
They do, and I'm so glad that we added chrome needles because coming from the commercial side, that's all we used was chrome, and the strength of them, just the accuracy, everything about the chrome needles is just so much better. And so I'm really glad that we have that in our line.
Oh,
and they
they're
just
beautiful.
last so much longer.
Yes,
I mean,
they
there's
do.
just so many advantages of having them. So
Yes, so don't forget the chrome needles when you do your projects also. Thanks again for joining us, and DJ, it's been fun as always.
it's always fun doing these with you, and so I hope we get to do some more.
We will.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.